Welcome to Savage Tech Australia. We are getting the car on the dyno. So we're going to do a stock run, a stage 1 tune run, see the before and afters, see the figures. It's going to be exciting. We've got my car currently and Rico's car currently down here at MRPS. The boys are helping us out because we don't have our own dyno. The file has all been calibrated and ready to run. We're just going to do some final figures just for you so you can see the before and afters, see what sort of figures we're making. Then we're going to be doing a stage 2 in possibly a stage 2 with which is a downpipe, so a high flow downpipe, 300 cell cat downpipe. And then we'll also have an exhaust system. These cars currently have catback exhaust systems on it. And yeah, then we're gonna do a stage 3 kit for them. So the stage 3 kit's gonna consist of a few parts. You're gonna have a new front mount intercooler, an upgraded oil cooler for the ZF transmission to keep it nice and cool, and also a upgraded radiator, a panel filter, tune, and a nice turbo. So we're going to have a few different options for the Tank 300s. We've got stage 1, 2, and 3. So depending on what you need, we're going to be able to help you. So if you just want a little bit more torque for towing, or, well, these aren't really a tow car, but for going off-road, running bigger wheels, a lot of customers are like, I want to run 35s, I want to run 37s. That extra torque will just help them get them moving. So, you know, you go up in tire size, you go up to 50 kilo wheels, you're trying to get them rotating. The extra torque will help, but I'll tell you what, they are definitely quick because we've been testing these with the tunes in them and they are fast, incomparable to the standard. Mine's got the overrun map in it. Rico's has got just the tame map in it. So my car always is a little bit stupid, just how I am. I like taking it to the next level. So that's got the overrun map in it. They've got the exhaust valves on it. I'll actually probably show you what they sound like a bit later on today. But for now, we're going to get them up on the dyno and see how they go. But woo, let's see. So what are we doing now?
We're just gonna
make some fake dyno numbers like a lot of tuners out there. Moving it forward, we're just gonna show you what this represents when you alter a dyno. So we're moving the car so that it gets up on the rear roller, and we will see how much difference it'll make to the numbers. At the moment we're getting 133, 134, but now we've moved it forward, we'll see exactly what the difference is. So let's see. Holy shit! So that's what happens when you make a, what is it? It rolls up on the dyno, eh? How ridiculous is that?
That's ridiculous.
That is bullshit. We gained, what was it? Like 14 kilowatts.
Yeah,
14 kilowatts, just letting it roll up, get up on it, loosen the straps,
let it roll up.
Let it roll up. So as you can see, that is absolute bullshit. Anyway, our numbers are real. We got makes 133. We'll show you the before and after on the stock car versus the tune car, and you will see accurate numbers, and the before and after is what you need to look for. Don't ever worry about the numbers you're getting because you can loosen the straps. You can do all these different things to play with the dyno. So we're here with Dylan. He's going to quickly explain why the car made more power.
So pretty much as we start to move away from that idle roller, the back roller doesn't actually do anything. It's not connected to the retarder. As we start to move away from that, you start to pretty much gain 3 horsepower because the dyno software is calculating that we're spinning all the rollers evenly, including the ones behind the wheel. As we start to move forward, it starts to have less load on that idle roller, more load on the actual driven roller, and then that way we end up with a higher calculated horsepower / torque number. I guess that's just like part of dynoing cars and part of dynoing, especially on a chassis dyno. I see plenty of dyno videos. Sometimes it's used for traction. You know, I use it on a higher horsepower rear wheel drive car to actually try and get more traction because sometimes they start to turn the tires, and we let it actually climb up onto the roller. And as it does, the straps actually pull down tighter as it climbs in, so it really pulls the tire into the roller. That's not always used for like just fake stuff, but it certainly can be. So that's why when you see numbers and people are fighting over 10, 15 kilowatt, I just laugh, and it's just like, I can make that with straps and with strapping. So
and that's MRPS.
Yeah.
That's
like, there's nothing to argue about. It's just like, you know, everyone, if you're tuning the same platform, there's a good chance people are getting similar results, and it's like, you know, in betweens, someone can't just pull another 10-15 kilowatts out of their hat for no reason.
exactly. So that just shows that you can play with dyno figures.
This is as we go to, because we're in 5th gear, as the torque started to roll over, it actually started to fall back into the rollers. That's why we see this dramatic drop. But the whole way up, you can see obviously it had made more power, and that was no change to anything.
So that's just to show what you can do with a dyno and to what to look out for, and to be careful when you're reading and playing with dynos.
The main thing, dynos are just about the percentage gain between what you started with and what you finished with. If we started climbing the roller, we should finish climbing the roller, because then obviously we're going to have the same percentage gain.
Exactly. So before and after, not peak numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
So now we're going to run the stock file. We already had the tune file in the vehicle, so we've flashed it back to stock. Now we're going to run it with the stock file, see what it makes. The car is back on the rollers, exactly in the spot as we did it prior to mucking around with the rollers. All right, so we just ran the stage 1 tune. We got 133, 34 kilowatts with 305, 55, 20s on there, which are technically a 33-inch tire. Now we've finished mucking around. We flashed the stock file back in, and we've also chocked the front wheel, so it's nice and tight. It's strapped down at the back around here, all back strapped nice and tight. So it's not going to climb on the rollers. That's all strapped down, and it's sitting in the roller. So it's no longer going to climb up onto the roller and make fake numbers. Let's see what it makes stock versus our tune, which was 133, not the fake 147. Finally finished dynoing the car. We've actually made a few changes on the file as well, see what more we can get out of it without going too far and keeping it all safe within limits. We've got final numbers. We did so originally when we brought the car in, we already had the stage 1 file we've been driving around with for a few weeks, and we loaded that in and we made sure that the file's all making good power. It was making 133 kilowatts, okay, at the rear wheels with these tires on it. Then we mucked around with it and we made a change to how the car was sitting on the rollers, so we can show you how that was, when it climbs up on the roller, how much power it makes more. Then what we did was we actually altered the file. So we made a few changes to the file and we put the car back on in the position it's sitting as right now, and we did a stock run. So the stock run was done in this position. Then we didn't make any changes to the vehicle. We loaded the new file into the car, the new stage 1, the updated file after all the changes and logging we did. Then we've loaded that back in and we made 140 kilowatts at the rear wheels. And up here you can see made 140 and 111.9 was a stock run. So that was with 305, 55, 20s. So we've got really good numbers, really good figures. One thing I have noticed is heat soak on the factory intercooler. There is a little bit of heat soak, so we do have an upgraded intercooler coming for the Tank 300, and that will be going in with our stage 3 kit. So you'll have a new front mount intercooler, new radiator, and a gearbox cooler, all cooler upgraded one. So that'll be going on our stage 3 kit hopefully within the next 2 weeks, and you will see the power figures for that. We even might take it to the drag strip, see what we run down the drag strip just for shits and giggles. And I hope you liked our video. Thanks Dylan for helping us out today. Really appreciate it. Want some performance tuning done? Come and see Dylan. He does a lot of Euro stuff, but this is our software, Savage Tech Australia software in this. We're just using his dyno to do some comparisons. And yeah, he's helped us out, and we're on a mainline all-wheel drive dyno, but we've just run it in rear-wheel drive currently. So peace out, thanks for joining us, and enjoy your Tank 300s.